Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. Today we are unpacking an absolutely fundamental concept. We're talking about the invisible engine that quietly drives literally every decision you make, every strategic move a massive corporation makes, and every single policy your government passes. It's a real game changer once you understand it. We're looking at scarcity, which is truly the core of economics.
Okay, let's dive into this, starting with the ultimate reality, an everyday dilemma. I want you to imagine this scenario. Have you ever wanted a brand new phone, a super fresh pair of shoes, and a front row ticket to see your absolute favorite band, all at the exact same time? Of course you have! But then, you add it all up, you check your bank account, and you realize, the math just doesn't work out. No way. It's this incredibly universal frustration. We're all constantly staring down a list of things we want, knowing perfectly well our resources only stretch so far.
Which brings us to defining scarcity, a truly universal problem.
By definition, scarcity is the state where resources are limited, but our human wants are, unlimited. Think about it. Things like time, money, natural resources out in the world, they are completely finite. Because of these hard physical and temporal limits, we simply cannot have everything we desire. And this brilliantly illustrates the exact tension we're talking about. We are all caught in this constant, never-ending tug-of-war. On one side, you have our endless capacity to desire more, better, and newer experiences. On the other side, the strict physical boundaries of the actual world we inhabit. It's the bedrock tension of all economic thought.
Let's move on to the core economic problem and unpack exactly why this matters so much.
So, what does this all mean, and why is this clash considered the absolute biggest problem in the entire study of economics? Well, it boils down to three main points. First up, the clash of desires and reality. New desires are constantly popping up to replace the ones we just fulfilled, while our resources remain stubbornly, annoyingly fixed. And that baseline clash directly triggers two secondary problems: the problem of choice and the concept of opportunity cost.
Let's look at the problem of choice. Because we can't have the whole shebang, scarcity essentially forces our hand. It mandates choice. Choosing to buy a cool new book actively means you are choosing not to buy that video game you also wanted. Scarcity is the invisible constraint in the background, making you pick one or the other with your limited cash.
So the crucial point is the concept of opportunity cost. This is huge. Every single choice carries a hidden cost, which is the value of the next best alternative that you just sacrificed. When you bought that book, the opportunity cost was the awesome experience you would have had playing the video game.
Let's zoom out now and look at scarcity in the real world and its global impact.
Let's move to and see how this builds from our personal pocket money all the way up to massive global systems. Because scarcity scales up. While you and I navigate our limited time and money, businesses are out there grappling with finite raw materials and strict corporate budgets, having to choose exactly which products to manufacture. Governments, they face finite tax revenues. That forces massive, incredibly difficult trade-offs between things like funding hospitals or building new highways. Literally nobody is immune to these constraints. So, how about managing our scarcity through our everyday decisions? Let's bring this right back down to earth. Think about choosing between a burger or a pizza for lunch. When your cash only covers one, you gotta choose, right? Well, in that exact moment, you are actively practicing economics. Seriously, you're assessing your limited resources, you're evaluating your wants, and you are accepting the opportunity cost of the meal you leave behind.
I want to wrap up with this incredible quote. If there was no scarcity, we wouldn't need economics. It's a fascinating thought, isn't it? Without limits, there are absolutely no trade-offs, no opportunity costs, and basically no reason to even study how we manage the world. But since we definitely do live in a finite world, it raises a much larger question for all of us. If every single decision you make is an economic trade-off, what hidden opportunity costs are you paying in your own life right now without even realizing it? Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and we will see you next time.